What's up, YouTube? It's No Face over here. Trying to bring you a video. It's a little edit to a video I made in the past. Um, it's about Chinese motorcycles and the starter button stopped working. Um, I know a lot of people are gonna run into that problem. I know it's not just my bikes specifically. Um, I got the Iceberg Forza modded out. Also got the Boomcat modded out. Um, really nice bikes. The Boomcat's a piece of crap. Honestly, I just want to get rid of it. I would just throw it away, if anything. But I'm gonna try to make like 600 bucks off of it at least. Even though it's registered, wasted a lot of money. Spent about $1,400 on that bike, and what I got out of it is problems. I mean, it runs. It's just dangerous. It's not a good bike for kids. It's not a good bike for adults. It's not a good bike to learn on because it pops too many wheelies. But it's faster than the Iceberg Forza. It actually looks really nice. Sorry, I got towels all over it, but the starter button stopped working on my Boomcat. The Iceberg Forza hasn't had no problems. Runs good, sounds good. I love this bike. Keep it forever, honestly. I'm gonna keep it nice too. But the Boomcat, that thing just feels like it's falling apart as you're riding it. Um, but yeah, let me get to the point of this video. It's about the starter button stop working, and it stopped working on my Boomcat. But I know that a lot of these motorcycles from China, they all using the same parts. Some parts, like the CDI on that Boomcat, is specific for that Boomcat and the company Boom or Jiangsu, whatever locomotive. But long story short, No Face back again. But yeah, I want to show you guys the part, what it looks like, because I didn't really do that in my video before. I explained everything, but I didn't show you the part that good. So um, this is it. This is solenoid. Solenoid is basically a relay. A relay is basically you push a button, a switch, something like that, and you open close that switch by pushing it. And it opens or it closes. And long story short, when you open or close, it's making a relay and causing something else to open and close. So by the push of a button or a switch, you're making how could I say it? You're opening up a bridge, causing something else to work. Usually it's not just one thing, it's multiple things. And in this situation, it's wires coming from the battery, going to this solenoid, it's connecting to one of these, and the other wire on the other pole is going to the motor. So long story short, it's like a bridge, you know. Power's going in, power's going out. And long story short, when you hit that switch, that button, you know, after you turn the key, you hit the emergency shut off switch. Those two things have to be on first before you get start the motorcycle. And after those two things are on, you hit the starter button and causes this to take power in, and then power comes out into the starter motor, causing the starter motor to go. It's a lot of power going into this thing. And this part, the replacement part that I got, I actually bought 3 of them, and only 1 of 3 worked. They were $5. There's a lot of sellers selling these solenoids for $5 and like 36 cents or whatnot. But just be careful who you buy it from. Make sure you check the reviews, and just know if your starter button does not work on your Chinese motorcycle, this is probably your issue. 99.9% sure this is your issue. This is a cheap, faulty part, and they cost $5 on Amazon, and it's called a solenoid. So if you're gonna type it in the search, you type in motorcycle solenoid, and you'll see a whole bunch, but you want this one specifically for these Chinese motorcycles. You want to get the one that has green and yellow wire, red and yellow wire going into the solenoid. You see how it's going in, and then it has 2 poles on it. So once again, you need green and yellow, red and yellow, and it needs to be going into the solenoid and has to have 2 poles on it. As long as the solenoid is meant for motorcycles, it doesn't matter which one you use, honestly, but you want one that has a green and yellow wire and a red and yellow wire going into the solenoid and 2 poles. And that's most likely gonna fix your starter button issue. Now, how could you check if it's the issue? Well, what you could do is you can find where this is at on the motorcycle, and you could get a screwdriver and you could touch these 2 poles. So basically you'd stick a screwdriver right in the middle so that the metal is connecting these 2 poles. And when you do that, it's going to cause spark to happen, but at the same time it should initiate your starter motor. And if it doesn't, then you know it's not working. But if when you touch it, basically you'll know if it works when you touch it and the starter motor goes and initiates. This still could be your issue, because that was the situation in mine. And honestly, I checked everything on the motorcycle and this was the issue. And what's crazy is the last part that I checked was this. You're supposed to start from the beginning to the end, or the end to the beginning, and find where their voltage drops. And how could you do that? You just basically nick a piece of the wire off. Make sure you cover it after you're done, but you nick a piece of the wire and you start from the beginning, or you start from the end and you finish at the opposite, and you touch a multimeter each spot. So imagine point A is where it starts. You go over there and get a multimeter and nick a little piece off at a time until you get no voltage. And if you can't understand what I'm saying, then you shouldn't be working on motorcycles. You should have someone else do it. But yeah, the solenoid is probably your issue on your starter motor. Your starter not working on your Chinese motorcycle. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them. If I'm wrong, just leave them. I'm not wrong, I'm right. But yeah, my name's No Face, and I just want to make it easier, so if anyone's searching for this issue like I did, which I couldn't find anything, so that this could help you. Thank you.